First, we're going to listen to the CEO of NVIDIA, Jensen, talking about their investment in Intel, and also the big talk of Wall Street this week, the $100 billion deal between NVIDIA and OpenAI. And in this interview, Jensen will also speak about where AI are going long term. It's not the longest of interviews, it's about 2 minutes. I just want to give you some insights here that I think is very important at the moment to understand as an investor also. The second part of this video, I will just comment briefly about the new price target of AMD. An analyst of Bank of America has hiked their price target on AMD up to $200 per share. So that's actually almost 30% higher than before. So I think we need to see why they have done this reevaluation of AMD. And yeah.
But you're also doing a lot of investments. The Intel investment announced last week, quite a bit smaller than this one, but seems significant also because it's weaving NVIDIA technology in the PC and data center level in a way that perhaps it wasn't before. Where do these kinds of investments fit in? How do you think about the value of the ecosystem to NVIDIA? The Intel partnership is about recognizing that accelerated computing in AI's day has arrived. Remember, general purpose computing was invented practically 60 years ago. And for the last 60 years, we've been following that basic blueprint, that basic architecture, to build the ecosystem that computing is of the world. And so all of a sudden, accelerated computing's time has come, and we're fusing, if you will, the Intel architecture with the NVIDIA architecture to bring them into the world of accelerated computing and AI. So that's what that partnership's about. This partnership, this is, monumental in size. There's never been an engineering project, a technical project of this complexity and this scale ever. And it really just says that AI was in the early adopter phase in the labs, and finally it's breaking out into just about every single industry, every single use case we can imagine. It is very soon where every single word, every single interaction, every single image, video that we experience on, through computers will somehow have been reasoned through or referenced by or generated by AI. It's going to be touched by AI somehow. So all of our computing experiences throughout the day, everywhere in every industry, will be powered by AI. This is the first 10 gigawatts. It sounds like an enormous undertaking, but there's no question that AI is transformational for every industry. But the important thing is the AI infrastructure will be everywhere, and it will power computing experiences for everyone every day, and it's going to be just everywhere.
There is no question watching this video that AI will be a monumental part in the future, integrating in all compute. And most of us has probably a stake in NVIDIA, because if you are investing in index funds or any type of hedge funds or whatever, probably NVIDIA is a big holding there. And they also have a lot of retail investors, etc. So a lot of us will be rewarded if the stock price of NVIDIA is performing good. Too bad for me, I had two companies I chose between after the pandemic. First, I went into NVIDIA, and then I made an analysis to switch to AMD because I thought I should pick either of them. And AMD was doing very good and was very they were aggressive in the CPU market and very innovative in the CPU market. But it turned out that I should have done a bit more homework, because it was the GPU market that was the most massive one going forward in the AI race. And obviously NVIDIA was the GPU play at the moment. So I missed about 13x stock price rise there in NVIDIA. But anyway, I think my tips to you now is the AI race is still on, and there are opportunities out there to invest in AI, but it's hard to invest in the smaller companies. So I still think places like NVIDIA, AMD, etc. are decent plays in AI. And I now think watching NVIDIA stock price going so far and seeing the new innovations from AMD, that AMD is still a nice play, and I hope I don't get nostalgic, but I at the moment will focus more on my investments in AMD than NVIDIA, but it will be still hard to tell going forward. But I just feel like some of the products from AMD are getting closer. And speaking about AMD, they have got their stock price target higher by Bank of America. So they have analyzed some of the products going forward, and I will take a dive into that, and we will see what this is all about. Okay, so here you have the story. Some financial outlets has verified that the target has been raised to $200 per share, and this is the Vivek Arya, someone working at Bank of America. And why is he pointing at higher price targets for AMD? Well, it's all about the growth in artificial intelligence and chips, and also server CPUs actually. So these represent about 27% upside from current levels. And what it says is that AMD's share gains in AI and data center markets outweighs slower trends in cyclical businesses such as consoles and embedded chips. And as we know, AMD has close collaborations with both Xbox and PlayStation, Sony obviously, and they will earn a lot of money when the new updated versions of PlayStation and Xbox are releasing, but they are not at the moment. So while that businesses is not going very fast, obviously this data center play here with the roadmap including MI325X and MI350 and 355X, and also the upcoming MI400 series. He do not talk about that, but obviously we who follow this channel know about what's coming later 2026 with the full rack system, where they are really going on par with their competition out there. So this call actually came out after investors started to digest the Nvidia's $5 billion investment and pact with Intel, and some people were afraid that this could be problems for AMD. But here the area analyze the analyst from Bank of America argued that the deal between NVIDIA and Intel actually could benefit AMD, since both companies rely on the x86 ecosystem that AMD also licenses. So these type of plays are quite complicated, and as investors, you need to either be very calm and just don't sell on the news, etc., or be very thoughtful and read a lot about the companies you invest in, so you know already, okay, what does this type of license means, what is the relationship between Intel and AMD, what does it mean that Intel and Nvidia are starting to collaborate. So what I think could be good for AMD here is that their type of offering can be even more obvious to customers out there, because they have the whole deal, the whole package, the whole AI from X to Limp, or how you want to call it. They have the CPUs, the GPUs, the accelerators, the connections, everything. So they are the only company that can provide this, and obviously Nvidia needs to collaborate with Intel to provide this. And some people say this could be a weakness for AMD, but I think it's actually a strength, and it shows their offering is very, very good. Um, Here you just have some information about how the stock has been moved, etc. So not very interesting. So it's basically this valuation, and well, it's not that complicated of an dive here from Bank of America. They just sees that AMD are gaining traction in the AI market. They are basically the second player in this space next to Nvidia. Obviously, we have some players like Broadcom that are in the space, but they are targeting something else, more specific custom made solutions. But the AMD offering is like NVIDIA's more broad, and can be installed fast, and make the modern AI workloads for inference, etc. So combining this price target, and also with the interview earlier with Jensen, that the future is here to stay for AI, and it will be everything in the compute, and basically the deals that NVIDIA are now doing with OpenAI, I just think this means that it will be room for many players in this ginormous space. And something interesting that you investors should think about now is, um, what about other companies like Microsoft, Google, Amazon, OpenAI, Oracle, when now Nvidia actively are taking equity in OpenAI, they are actually earning a big part of that company. How will other companies react when they get so much power and they are providing solutions for the AI market? That is something I think a lot of leaders and CEOs will question. So if AMD can provide a similar alternative to Nvidia already 2026, a very good competitor to a better price, I think that will be a great entering point for a lot of CEOs, because they see that Nvidia wants the whole cake. They want to decide and own the infrastructure of the future of the AI world, and they also want to be an AI player and actually eat the market from their customers. And I think this might not be the most smart equity stake that Nvidia are taking in OpenAI, because it will provide an opportunity and a selling argument for AMD to the other customers, that they are um, the obvious play here if they want to not be too locked in, if they want someone that they can really trust in this AI space. So I just want to say, as an AMD investor, I feel quite comfortable with everything that has been going on this week. Obviously, they still need to execute on what they are talking about, but nothing has really changed in my long-term view. And also regarding Nvidia, because I am indirectly a lot of money in Nvidia, because some index funds and actively managed funds, they seems to doing quite good also, and they will obviously be a key player going forward here. But I think there will be a place and time where they can't just uh, be the solution for every single company out there. The biggest companies also will need to buy a lot from other companies, and that is the opportunity for AMD. Anyway, thank you for tuning in today, and I hope this provided you with some great insights. And have a nice evening.